Welcome once again to Wednesday Wisdom. At Wednesday Wisdom, we are going through a very interesting set of sessions known as Amatya Sampat. Amatya Sampat is a series of traits or qualities that are required in an ideal Amatya, or in present day context, a manager. So Amatya in those days were the people who were the ministers or the managers of a king. The king, of course, used to take all the decisions, all the major decisions, but he never used to do it without the suggestion, the advice, the inputs from the Amatyas. So, keeping this organizational design in mind, where the Amatyas are people who give inputs to the king, let's understand the next two traits that are required in an ideal Amatya or an ideal manager. And as given by Acharya Chanakya or Kautilya in his Arthashastra, the two traits are Stambha, Chapala, Hina. Stambha, Chapala, Hina. Now, if we translate it, this comes to one who is without lethargy and without fickle-mindedness. Now, both of them are kind of at the opposite end of the mindset of a Amatya or any person. From lethargy, being at a very ground level, having no energy at all, to fickle-mindedness, where the person is vacillating very fast. Now, both the traits, as Kautilya says, are undesirable for an ideal Amatya. The reason is obvious. We don't want that kind of person. But let's figure it out, what all it can happen if that kind of person stays. So lethargy is a trait where the Amatya needs some push. There is a lack of energy and that person is not able to deliver as expected. This, of course, can lead to so many problems, like productivity goes down. There is a decrease in morale of the people who are working for the Amatya. There will be many missed opportunities. Remember, Amatya are the people who will be giving advices, suggestion to the king. So if an Amatya remains lethargic and is not able to understand proactively the things happening in the surrounding, he or she will not be able to give the right kind of input to the king. Then there will be lack of innovation. If there is no input at the right moment, there will be no response mechanism, so there will be lack of innovation there. There will be lack of accountability, because this kind of Amatya who are in their own zone, they don't want to do anything, they are very lethargic, will neither be raising their hands and saying that they are accountable towards something, or neither they will be asking others to prove their accountability. So one point, lethargy, not allowed. At the other point, at the other side of the spectrum, we have that mindset of a person who is highly unstable. Fickle-mindedness is the right word we can have for Chapala. So, if that kind of Amatya stays, can you imagine the amount of problem or inconsistency that can exist in the organization? So, this Amatya, when he or she is giving the input to the king or to the leader and handling a team of his own, will always be someone who will be in a confused state himself, and that confusion will be spreading among the team members and may also can result in some confusion in the CEO's mind or the king's mind. So there will be inconsistency with respect to any decision making. There will be lack of trust among the people, because they will be saying that this person, today he is saying something, tomorrow he might change his opinion or her opinion. No, forget about today, tomorrow, even by the end of the day, the opinion might change, the suggestion might change, the decision might change. So there will be no decision making, no single decision at which this person will be reaching out or concluding. So hence this will cause a lot of confusion. Of course, there will be delay in progress. So if this kind of person gives a suggestion or takes a decision in certain regard, and tomorrow by the end of the day he changes his mind, the progress gets halted. There will be reduced motivation among the people. They will not be sure of what to do. Poor communication among the people, and there will be lack of accountability again. Now I was thinking if we can have an analogy for this, and remember when we were discussing about leadership or Swami Sampat, we said that Swami is like the driver in the seat, or the pilot of the plane. So just imagine that there is a vehicle, there is a car, and there is a driver, and next to him, in the side seat, is the navigator. In the back seat, there are 3 or 4 passengers. So this driver, if we imagine him to be the Swami, the leader of the troop, the leader of the organization, and the employee and the people in the passenger seat in the back as the employees of the organization, then the navigator sitting next to the driver is the Amatya. That navigator has a map in his hand, is able to see what is there in the front. The role of the driver is to drive the car according to the input or the decision or the suggestions given by the navigator. What if the navigator is lethargic? He kind of dozes off or sleeps. Then the driver has to slow down, because now he will be doing both the job, scanning the environment and also driving, which may be very, very time consuming. And on the other side, what if the navigator, the Amatya there, is fickle minded? He said, take left, no, take right, no, left, right, right, left, first left, second right. And then if this thing happens, then it is as good, it's better that that navigator doesn't remain there. So the Swami may be able to, the driver may be able to drive the vehicle better without him. So hence that navigator is very critical for the entire vehicle. And that navigator should not be someone who is either sleeping like a lethargic person, or someone who does not have a consistent frame of mind, or who is suffering from fickle-mindedness. I hope this helps us understand why an Amatya should not be someone who is lethargic or fickle-mindedness. And hence Kautilya has suggested that one of the very important trait an Amatya should have is Stambha Chapala Hina. With that, we come to an end of today's Wednesday Wisdom. Next time, we again have few more traits of an ideal Amatya. Amatya Sampat continues at Wednesday Wisdom. Thank you so much. Namaste.